I'm not sure if this will be a hot button topic, but we're going to see. Today, I wanted to talk about things that I think Disney can do to become more competitive with Universal. Universal is making waves. They've got so much going on. There are so many new attractions and parks to look forward to in the future. I'm hoping that as we get closer and closer to Epic Universe opening on May 22nd this year, Disney will finally wake up and say, hey, I think we need to do something and do something fast. The two biggest players in the theme park industry is Disney and Universal. Disney has always held that number one spot. Things are quickly changing because Universal is coming for that number one spot. So first off, think about all the things that Disney took away. Free shuttle service from the airport to the Disney resorts, free fast pass, free hotel parking for hotel guests, free magic bands. Just by bringing back those freebies, you'll get the attention of Disney fans and maybe start to make people realize that, hey, Disney really does care about its fans. Another way that Disney can compete with Universal is by simply matching what Universal offers its guests, particularly annual pass holders and hotel guests. First, Disney should offer all deluxe hotel guests complimentary lightning lanes every day of the duration of their hotel reservation for all guests on the reservation. This matches the existing system in place over at Universal for signature resorts, specifically Portofino, Royal Pacific, and Hard Rock. Those hotel guests get complimentary unlimited express passes for each guest on the reservation for the duration of their stay. If Disney were to match that by itself would be a game changer. It's the easiest and simplest way to show that Disney means business and they want to bring people back into the parks. It will show that they are giving some incentive to those that are faithful to the Disney brand. Hey, we want to do something for you. This is what we have. And we're going to match what Universal is doing because we want to stay competitive. Super simple, super easy. Will they do it? So here's another really simple thing that Disney can do to take care of its pass holders and show that they're actually thinking about us. Treat your annual pass holders better. One of the ways you can do that is to provide each park with a dedicated annual pass holder lounge. So simple. You can't tell me that Disney can't find one location in each of the 4 parks where a dedicated pass holder lounge can be set up, ready and available for pass holders to enjoy. Universal has had one for as long as I can remember. It was originally on the Universal Studio side, and a year ago or so it was moved over to the island side, but it's there and it's always there. It's equipped with so many amenities. You can shop, there's exclusive merch. If Disney had something like that at each of the 4 parks, I think it would be amazing. And it actually doesn't even have to be at each of the 4 parks. There are 4 Disney parks here in Florida. If they could put a pass holder lounge in 2 of them, that would be a big deal. I can't see any reason why Disney hasn't done that yet. Yeah, we've had pass holder lounges in the past, but they were literally for a week, a temporary thing. Why? Universal is known for amazing pass holder benefits. That includes discounts, exclusive merch, exclusive food, and the list goes on and on. Universal usually puts out an exclusive pass holder t-shirt for almost every event and or season. Yeah, the magnets are cool, but we need more than that. Universal passes out magnets as well, but we also get buttons, lanyards, t-shirts. Now the t-shirts are for purchase, but the lanyards, the buttons, and things like that are complimentary. But Universal definitely beats Disney at taking care of their pass holders, hands down. Here's another simple move that Disney can make to level up to what Universal's doing. Those who hold a Disney and Credit Pass should be able to use their pass as a lightning lane for any ride at any park once per day after a particular time of day, let's say 4 o'clock. And this is comparable to what Universal offers. Premier annual pass holders are able to use their annual pass as an express pass. I can't think of not one Disney annual pass holder that wouldn't love to have a perk like that. And while we're at it, Let's just add some exclusive merch, exclusive food options, drink options. And like I said, make it match what Universal is doing. We see it all the time in retail. When one big box store has a sale on a particular item, 3 big box stores down the street will offer the same exact deal, matching the price, and then you have a competition. It's just a matter of deciding which big box store you want to go to, whether it's the one that's closest to your house or what have you. But we need to have competition. The things Universal is doing for guests make us want to spend our money. I'm willing to spend my money there because they're giving me so many reasons to spend my money. But Disney, on the other hand, all they're doing is making everybody angry for the most part. I know so many people that are not renewing their Disney annual pass this year, and it's a really sad thing. Many of them are actually deciding to buy a Universal annual pass, especially knowing that Epic Universe is opening this year. There's so many things coming to Universal and everybody wants to be a part of it. What's going on over at Disney? If you're not proving that your product is worth buying into, worth investing into, then the people are not going to come. They're going to go where the action is, and right now the action is over at Universal. So I actually just thought of something that I didn't intend on speaking about in this video, but I think it's worth mentioning. Disney has over 25 resort hotels. They each fall under a particular classification, like you have your value resorts, moderate, deluxe. With so many hotels to choose from, everyone should be able to find a hotel that fits their style and their budget. Once again, we're going back to being competitive. If Disney has value resorts, Universal has value resorts as well. These value resorts have to compete with each other. I want to be able to look at 2 different theme parks and say, hey, Disney is offering this for their value hotels. Universal is offering that for their value hotels. They're pretty comparable. I got to figure out which one is most important to me because they're both good deals. The value resorts over at Disney don't compare. There are only 2 value resorts at Universal. They're a lot newer than the existing value resorts over at Disney, but Disney should be able to upgrade these value resorts so that they are competitive. Now, speaking from experience, I have only stayed at 1 Disney value resort. I stayed at Pop Century last year, and I did that because I wanted to have that Disney resort experience. It was just okay for me. Now, I did a video on that stay. I'll link the video in the description box below, and I'll place it up in the right-hand corner. It was okay, but it wasn't the best experience. And the reason why I say that is because I'm comparing it to the experience that I had at Universal's value resorts. I've stayed at Universal Endless Summer Resort Dockside and Surfside multiple times since they opened back in 2019 and 2020. And it was an amazing experience. It always is overall. I'm sure many of you have driven a car that was more than 8 years old, 8, 10, 12 years old. You've got to do things to maintain the car so that it gets you where you need to go. A 12-year-old car is not going to run the way a brand new car will. You've got to maintain it. You've got to update things. You have to replace parts. There are things that must be done. It just goes without saying. I will say that Disney does a really great job at cosmetics. Pop Century, for example, it was very visual, especially for smaller kids. There's lots to see. It's very colorful with all the oversized animated characters that are placed all throughout the resort. It's visually appealing, and that's all great. But I see through stuff like that. Despite all the colors, all the decor, the music playing in the background, it's still an old hotel. It is what it is. I don't think the amenities, the experience that I had at Pop Century equaled what I paid for the room. Over at Universal, the value is clearly there. It's more affordable than Disney. That's the biggest factor. And to have something that's much newer, to be less expensive than something that's clearly older, a little dated, something's not right there. But that's just me. Tell me what you guys think in the comments, specifically about Pop Century Resort, because again, that's the only value resort at Disney that I've ever stayed at. So again, I'm speaking from my personal experience. I think there are more than enough DVC hotels. How about invest a little bit more in the value resort, in the moderate resort? Not even the deluxe hotels. I think we've got plenty of those. I would say where most people are more likely to book is the area that Disney needs to focus on the most. And in my opinion, that would be the value resorts. Do you think making these changes would give Disney the upper hand back? Because clearly they have lost it at this point. There's a new player in town and they're not going anywhere. If you have any ideas on what Disney could do to be more competitive and bring guests back into the park, let me know in the comments and we can talk about it. 2025 is going to be a super busy year for Universal and Disney, I think. So there's so much more to talk about, theme park updates. So stay close. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And until the next video, see ya.